welcome back to another episode of Hoops and Football. This one will be goals for 2026 for the Richmond Football Club. I've got a few myself. Before we get straight into the video, can you guys please hit the like and subscribe button? Do appreciate it. The goal for this year would be hopefully to get to 500 subscribers by the start of the season. That's my big goal for the year. I've got a video coming out for that soon. Sort of goals I want to set for my channel for the season or the year of 2026 as well. But we'll see how we go. So let's jump straight into the video and chat about the goals I believe that the football club A can achieve and B would love for them to achieve. Showing everyone, A, the fans, and B, the media, and probably the third, the other clubs as well, where we are as a club and the path we are taking. Is it successful? Did we go down the right path? The first one I decided to go with is wins. Now, we were told, was it no wins in 2025 was what they predicted. Some said 2 to 3 would be a pass mark. We ended up having 5. Probably should have had a few more. We get that with young clubs and young players, inexperienced players sort of don't know how to win in that moment. We've had a few games that we did, so that's a learning curve for the rest of the season coming up. But I want us to get 5 to 8. I think 5 wins should be a good benchmark, so repeat what we did in 2025. If we get to 8, I think it's a high, like an A+ pass. It's only 3 more wins, but I think it's having more wins than we did last year gives the players a bit more confidence. And for them to understand that the system that Adam Uze and the Richmond Football Club that they are doing is actually working. And I think it's a big one for their motivation and them to not want to leave the club. A lot of times players want to leave because the team doesn't win or they don't have the right goal, the right culture. And winning does tend to help the culture. It gets the players up and about, keen and motivated. And that's one thing I think we need to have. And I think it's not far-fetched to say we might not even make the 5 wins. We might go backwards, but other goals can be achieved. But I think it's a positive if we can at least get to between 5 and 8, and in the following years you slowly build up. Because you look at all the other teams that have rebuilt, they've won 5, 6, a couple of years in a row, and they slowly worked their way up. So I think 2026 should be between 5 and 8, 8 at the highest, 5 right in the middle. I think under there, I think, in my opinion, will be a bit of a fail. But at the same time, I don't expect us to be winning 12 games. So then we'll move into the next goal, and I've got higher percentage. So I would love to see us. Now, I think, as I recall, we were roughly in the mid 60s to high 60s in 2025. I think that definitely needs to be shot up a bit more. I would love to see that to get into the mid 70s to 80s. Now, all that really means is that when you win the games, you win by a bit more of a margin, and when you lose, you are not getting smashed as much. Now, we didn't lose a game last year by any games by over 100 points, which is a bit of a good tick there. But there were a lot of games where we were close to it, where we were in the 80s and 90s as well. So that was too common too often, so that really does tend to hurt the percentage. Goal accuracy as well, that's a sort of thing you can improve on as well. But I just think it's a small tick in the box showing you that games, if the percentage is higher, showing you we're in the game a little bit longer. The players are sort of not doing 2 quarters only, it's 3.5 quarters, because that was a big one last year. We'd play good for 2 quarters, and the other 2 quarters we just got blown out. So high percentage is the other one. The third one I've got is sort of a big one for me, expose more younger players. So I like to expose, say, a Sam Cumming and a Sam Grill. Give them, even if it's only 4 or 5 games, there's a lot of young players that we've got in our club that I think need more exposure, because there are times where Broad will be done by the end of the year. From what he said, that 2026 will be his last year. Nick Vlostone is not too far off as well. Toby Nankervis, he's 32, so he's not far off as well. And then you need to find a replacement for him. So that's a Samson Ryan. Is he going to be the player? He needs more exposure for us to actually know. I just don't think Samson Ryan has played enough games. Dion Prestia has a good chance. This could be Meatballs last year. So with him still being there, this is the time to expose the players such as a Sam Law, a Taj Hot, a Sam Grill, a Sam Cumming as well. Get Kane McCall, Josh Smiley. Get these younger players to play now and get them the exposure now while you can, when there's a chance you're not going to be winning every single game. It's a big one. I think we definitely need to balance that out right. And then the other one I sort of, number 4 goal, it was sort of what I spoke about earlier, but no, I would love to go again another season with no losses over 100 points. I just think if you lose by over 100 points, I think it's a really demoralising, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm not great with the English. Demoralising to the club and to the players, where they really put their head down. And I think sometimes that can have sort of a longer lasting effect on the players than we actually think. It really tends to bum players out when you get smashed by over 3 figures. So I really would love to see that not happen again. It also would show that our structurally defense is really good, and it's working for us as well. So we'll see how we go from there. And my 5th sort of point, and as you will be able to see, I will have it posted up on the screen. That my other one I want to fix is the Senate bounce attendance. I don't know if it's going to be called CBAs anymore. It might be called, I don't know, TBAs. Throw up bounce attendance. See how that goes when it comes into 2026. The season starts because we're not far away. I think we're like 45 days away. Now, what I mean by fix it is by actually not having the same 3 players who are in it and we're losing. So if you guys remember last year, and I had said it multiple times, I believe Michael had said it on the Tigercast, where they were so fixated on having Hopper, Taranto, and Prestia, and that was the only ones they had in there, and I really think it hampered us. I get that you want to maybe expose the young players too much, but I think there wasn't enough for that. So fixing that, what I mean by is having 1 senior player in that, and then having 2 younger players, and then rotating it between 2 senior players and 1 younger player. So you start off with having Taranto in this. I think the start is the best one. To start it with just Taranto or Hopper, and then you have a Taj, Lawler, Sam Cumming, I'm trying to think of Josh Smiley, if he is, those sort of types are ready to go. A Seth Campbell, a Morris Rowley Jr. I think you need to also balance that with speed. Another big issue we had last year, we're too slow in the centre bounce. So I think with the tending in, you need to balance between youth, age and experience, and then speed as well. So I think it's a definite sort of point we need to fix. And if you could fix that point, there's also higher chances we don't lose games as much. Or maybe we stay in games a lot longer instead of being a 2 quarters we sort of balance it out. It's 3 to 4 quarters where we can actually be with them. So big point of difference from last year. Fix that centre bounce attendance. We saw it last year with Taranto and Hopper. We're in there so much. And it was a 6-week period where Taj ran in there and he ended up winning more percentage-wise than they did. And he was only in there 10% of the time. So it needs to be adjusted, that sort of thing. So let me know, guys, what you... sorry, that was horrible. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And maybe give me at least 5 goals that you think Richmond should try and achieve for the season 2026. Hit the like and subscribe. Stay safe. And as always, go to my Tigers.